Tangerine Travel is one of my favorite and least favorite channels of all time. No, one of my favorite, gotta say. Although it started out as a regular couples traveling channel, it has evolved into one of the funniest instances of pure stupidity, and I really want to talk about it. Hello everyone, Gabe the person here to talk about the most incompetent man on YouTube, but also one of the most enjoyable. So what is Tangerine Travels? Well, Tangerine Travels started with two people, Jordan and Maddie, traveling Mexico. They would go in Maddie's orange car, giving birth to the name Tangerine Travels. Now they were your average Mexico travel channel and stayed like that for many years, until about a year ago when they broke up. That age of Tangerine Travels had ended, but now was the birth of the idiot era. This is when I started watching, and it was very enjoyable because now almost every weekend we can gather around the TV and make fun of this clown. Now, Jordan, or Mr. Tangerine Head, as I'll be calling him, bought the channel after the breakup and kept their dog. Maddie went on to start her own channel, giving herself a new brand. And this is the first incompetent thing that Mr. Tangerine did. Now, buying the channel would have a lot of benefits, like access to the past video library, the size and recognition of the channel, which helps you make money and gives you sponsors, and just for sentimental reasons. But you would change the name. Because with the name Tangerine Travels comes bringing up your ex-girlfriend whenever someone asks you why your channel was need that. You need to bring her up. And it becomes even more awkward because now he's making videos with his new girlfriend on this channel. It's literally in his bio. Hi, this is Editing Gabriel. Since we're talking about branding right now, I forgot to mention this in the video, but his channel banner is literally a subscriber goal. That's like super tacky for obvious reasons. That's not what a banner is. It's not saying subscribe to me because I want to get to this by this day. It's just so tacky. It's weird. But either way, he owns this channel, and now the only second video he does after he's become the Orange CEO, he posts a video that got me to start watching him. US products you can't find in Mexico. Now, first of all, after seeing the thumbnail, I think it's clear why this came out after they split up. But this video shows anyone living in Mexico how stupid he is. He says you can't find bras of different sizes in Mexico. I'm sure after meeting his new girlfriend in Mexico, he still probably hasn't found out you can. He also says American sodas like Dr. Pepper and all that, sushi, unscented soap, and I know that's going to convince you not to move down here now. I'm sorry. Marinara sauce, large women's shoes, some crackers he really likes, good sheets, what is a hotel, go to the pharmacy, you dum-dum, they don't have it in your farmer's market, and peanut butter. Now let's go to the grocery store, shall we?
Wow, is that peanut butter? Is that tomato sauce? Is that other stuff?
In his video about dating Mexican woman, first of all, why? Second of all, he uses Tinder Platinum, which I gotta say, pretty cringe. I can't say if all the information is good or not, and I'm sure it is useful for some people, but if it's me, I'm not taking the information from him. In his video where he meets the girl of his dreams, he has this really long part where he's getting massaged, where
I'm here at the office of my physical therapist. I've had some pain and discomfort in my back lately. I think it's from all the weightlifting and not enough stretch.
he's rubbing his bones because his back is stiff, and although the part of figuring out where to rub was hard, she eventually did it. But it was just to introduce his girlfriend, who was the person rubbing him down. In his video on what not to do in Mexico, he says some very interesting and useful stuff. Now, he has your normal advice, like don't overstay in visa, but at number 6, he gives you very useful advice. Now, when you are visiting Mexico, don't become a politician or join a cartel. I never would have thought about this before I brought it up, but thanks for letting me know not to become a politician while visiting Mexico. He also says that you shouldn't bring too many cigarettes and stuff like that into Mexico, though it is sad that you'd run into this problem at all. Now, bringing 28 packs of cigarettes into Mexico could surely be avoided if you could buy cigarettes in Mexico, but sadly you can't, because it's a third world country, and you could never have cigarettes in Mexico, even though why wasn't on that list? Why? That's very confusing.
I was coming into Mexico. I was flying into Cancun with 2 computers, and I knew I was over the duty-free limit because you're only allowed 1 computer. I had an old computer that didn't work at all, and I had a new $1,500 MacBook that I had been using for about a week. And according to customs, I'm supposed to get one computer for free. That would be the new MacBook, and then I would pay duties on that old computer. But I went through customs, I went to the declare something line, and because I went to the declare something line, they searched all of my stuff, which pissed me off because I'm being honest and I'm going to the declare line, and then you're going to search all my stuff as if I'm trying to smuggle something in. And it got worse from there because I'm supposed to get my new MacBook in the country for free because that's my duty-free exception, and then I would pay taxes on the cheap broken laptop. Well, no. They're like, you have to pay taxes on the new one, which is not the case. They screwed me at the Cancun airport.
Wow, calm down, buddy.
Hi, I'm editing again. One more thing I was thinking about was how does he know that he needs to get his MacBook for free? Because I don't believe you can choose which item is duty free and not. And, it makes sense that you take the higher price one. I mean, not necessarily for the person who needs to pay the duty limit, but you're breaking the law, so it's not like you can get a discount because you're choosing which one. That doesn't really make sense. Okay, back to the video. Bye-bye.
It's okay. Now, there is another thing you shouldn't do when going into Mexico.
More thing, and that is, don't be afraid to go to Mexico. I realize that watching a video like this can sound kind of scary, but knowledge is power, and knowing the things that I'm talking about in this video is going to help you out a lot. So watch this video, watch a few other videos, and you're going to be a lot more well prepared for coming to Mexico.
And there's another thing you shouldn't do when coming into Mexico. Thanks for letting me know. And also, don't bring guns into Mexico. One more time. Thanks for letting me know, amigo. Before I look into the last video, I want to mention a video called Things My Gringo Boyfriend Does That Is Super Weird to Me as a Mexican Woman. Sorry I was yelling, I just copied and pasted that because it was very long. And he does this thing where he just capitalizes every phrase. He does that a lot, and then sometimes he'll just caption the whole thing. Okay. I found it fun to watch this video because now the girlfriend May, it says May in the bio, her name is Maya. Get it? That's weird and wrong. Is joining in on the fun of making fun of him, which, respect. But one last video, and the one that broke the Gabriel's back into me making this video was 12 reasons why I should move to Mexico in 2021. Or as he would say it in the title, 12 reasons why I would move to Mexico in 2023. I don't know why I said 2021 the first time. Now, number 3, 4, 11, and 12 are about how things are so much cheaper in Mexico. But number 5 is that it's close to the U.S., so you could get medical coverage, or any other reason you might want to visit the U.S. He also mentions the dating scene is the reason you might want to move down. He says if you want to date women, go into a city because it's the only place you can find the Mexican female species. They have not been seen in any other parts of the country, so if you want to get one, you should probably head to a city. And if you want to date expats, then you should go to Puerto Vallarta because it's an expat city and most guys are gay. Now, I see 2 problems with this first point. First, being a straight man doesn't mean that you will get dates. You need to be a good enough person, and if you're getting advice from here, I'm not saying you're a bad person, and he completely forgets to talk about any woman looking for advice. Going back into all his past dating videos, which I think is only the one, he only talks about dating females, and although, yeah, speaking for someone else isn't a good idea, well, later in the video.
Mexico is if I were a dark-skinned Mexican or a dark-skinned individual coming from another Latin American country. I hate that this is the case here, but there is like a lot of prejudice or whatever it is against darker skinned individuals here, and there's especially a lot of classism. And if you have European ancestry, well then you're expected to be higher class, and people usually are, and the people who are lower class are treated much worse. So if you go into a restaurant and you have dark skin, you're probably going to get a lot worse service than if you have lighter colored skin, because the truth is, here, people with darker skin aren't treated nearly as well.
And if you want to date an American, maybe, just maybe, go live in America. Also, let me show you this clip.
Do I need a negative COVID test? Do I have to show proof of vaccine? Is some border agent going to try to shake me down because I have one too many phones? They screwed me at the Cancun airport.
12th reason is
Mexico today is if I needed a pharmaceutical drug that was really expensive in the country where I was living, because a lot of these pharmaceuticals are a lot cheaper here.
it also covers some negatives like this one.
Another reason I wouldn't recommend moving to Mexico is if you want it to be exactly like where you're from, but cheaper.
Now, number 3, 4, 11, and 12 are about how things are so much cheaper in Mexico. The 5th reason is
Another reason why I wouldn't live in Mexico is if I had health insurance in my home country and I had a pre-existing condition that would be expensive to take care of. Mexico today is if I needed a pharmaceutical drug that was really expensive.
Now, a few months back, he also made a video about why gentrification can be good, and it was taken down. I wonder why. I believe if I remember correctly, he was just saying that gentrification is good because if your area is gentrified, the house prices go up, and you will get a Starbucks in your area, and talks about reverse gentrification, a thing he made up where a place gets worse because it's not gentrified. Big brain. He does live streams, and here's some clips I wanted to show.
Are you doing these live chats and making easy peso? I'm doing them for a few reasons. Number one, I just had my first ever meeting with a channel manager on YouTube. I finally got one after 4.5 years, and he's really pushing me to do more live streams because he says it's going to help out my channel. And also, I'm trying to buy a car, so this helps get me to that point where I can buy one. Bradley, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Really enjoy the channel. Any tips for learning how to become fluent in Spanish? Practice as much as you can. Do lessons every single day. That's honestly something I've been really bad about the last few months. I need to get back on that and do it every single day. But also, I like the program Rocket Languages. If you've seen the videos, you know that. But they're running their Memorial Day sale this weekend. However, sometimes we get comments saying something like, oh, you just live in Mexico because you can make money from your YouTube channel. Well, no, because we've gone to other places and we've been able to get good views on our videos everywhere we've gone. Another big reason why I moved to Mexico was that I loved Mexican food. But after coming to Mexico and traveling through the country and going to all these different Mexican states, yes, there's states in Mexico, there's about 30 of them. I'm just gonna say about 30 to sound smart because I don't remember if it's 31 or 32. So about 30 states. And every one of them has a different cuisine pretty much, and they all have unique foods. So what I've learned since coming to Mexico and since traveling around is that what I considered Mexican food in the U.S. Tex-Mex. There's that I do have to say, I think, and I do like Tex-Mex is changing a little bit for the worse. I love Mexican food as a whole. Like, it's way more than Tex-Mex. There's way too many varieties to get into all the things I love. But you can go to Oaxaca and get totally different food than you're going to find in Sonora. You can go to Yucatan and find completely different food than you're going to find in either of those places. Like, it's really diverse, and there is so much outstanding food throughout the entire country. They always blame it on the foreigners because the foreigners look funny, they talk funny, they smell funny, their food smells funny. Like, all sorts of reasons. They're not like you and I, so it's easy to blame it on them rather than blaming it on anything else.
One last editing, Gabriel. So I just wanted to point out this clip because it just rubs me the wrong way. It's like well, not he, but I guess he's using the author's point, but to make his point. But anyways, he's just saying like that it's just deflecting that like the reason they don't like us Americans, the reasons that the Mexicans don't want us here anymore, it's not our fault. It's because they don't like us and it's discriminating against us. That's just like how I feel like he's saying it, and just like that,
it feels like, no, I'm good. It's all on them on why they don't like me. I'm not at fault here. And it just really rubs me the wrong way and makes me feel uncomfortable. So, yeah, that clip, I don't like it.
Now, Mr. Tangerine isn't the most toxic creator on YouTube. At most, he's a funny little man who doesn't know what he's talking about most of the time and is just giving expats a bad rep. Either way, I have Mexican residency card in the mail, so my name is fine. Also, if Mr. Tangerine Head, you're watching, it's nothing personal. Like I said, my family loves watching and making fun of your videos. But maybe just have a plan before you walk into a park and start rambling about whatever topic, though if you do, it's going to be a lot less fun for us. We have visited Baja California and Baja California source since I was a child, my parents before that, and I've lived in Baja California or now for a year and a half. We have visited a few cities in mainland Mexico. That is to say, we're not experts on Mexico, but we are pretty well informed about the happenings. So that's why I feel like I can make this video without uh, being a Jordan. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. And do you like this type of content? Let me know in the comments down below because I had a lot of fun. That's not just because of Jordan. Thanks for watching it. Until the next one. Bye.